Live technical support here on WPSL. We're heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour here on WPSL. Also, we're streaming live to Facebook and YouTube. You can get the links to both of those at our website of fasterpc.com. Just click over there. What you want to do when you get there is you want to actually click on the very top bar. There's a button, or the very top of the page, right in the middle. There's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that. On the left-hand side, there's various ways that you can actually schedule live technical support with a Faster PC technician. You can also, on the right-hand side, there's various ways that you can listen to or watch a Faster PC live technical support. Now, we have a great show lined up for you. Number one is your questions. If your questions are on a different topic than the topics that I announced, that's perfectly okay. We'll cover your questions. And as long as we can, as long as we have enough time, we'll cover your questions. Now, having said that, there are some things we will cover today regardless. And if your questions take us beyond our radio show time, we will not be able to continue on the air on the radio, but we can, and we have done this sometimes, continue the live stream to cover some of the events or some of the content. And there's a lot of content that we will cover today regardless, one way or another. Now, one of the things that we will be covering today is, at least we plan to, is going over watching NFL football games. Now, we do actually have our guide to watching NFL football games, the playoffs, as well as the college football playoffs. Big weekend this week for both the NFL and college football. And we have those videos. You can actually watch those. And we have those videos up on our website, on our YouTube channel. And you can watch those. Some of them are on our website as well. And so you can actually watch those, but we'll be going over that. We also will be going over Microsoft's Patch Tuesday updates, including 0-day threats that were patched this past week. We'll go over those threats as well as the Adobe patches, and we'll go over the biggest, most critical cybersecurity threats that are out there. Now, I understand that we have a caller on the line. Alan is joining us on the line. Welcome to a Faster PC Live technical support. Alan, how can we help you today?
Thank you, Brian. I've got two questions for you. The first one involves the phone calls that you're getting rope.
Did we lose Alan? Did we lose him? I don't hear him coming through. Is he still there,
Yes,
Ray?
Alan's calling back. Hold on a second.
Okay.
He's calling back.
All right. All right. So one thing that we will do, we'll take Alan just a little bit later, but I'm going to jump over and actually let me see what I'll do. I'll actually jump over and we will show you. Go over. Okay, so Alan is on again. Welcome to a Faster PC Live technical support. Alan, how can we help you today?
Alan must be having a phone problem because he dropped out.
All right.
Yeah.
So we will, Alan, if you get your phone problem straightened out, then you can join us again. But I will actually, let's get back to covering some of the content that we have been talking about and looking at talking about. So what we want to actually do, let me see, for some reason, I'm not seeing my my streaming platform is not here for some reason. Let me see, which one is this? It could be, give me just a second. I might have a cable that is disconnected over here. Not sure which cable. For some reason I'm not seeing that. Well, we will, will actually. I think this is up. Yeah, it is up. It is going. So but I'm not seeing the Elgato. I actually have a streaming capture utility, and that's not working too well right now. Maybe it got unplugged. I don't know, but no, I do see it plugged in here. So, but anyway, we do like to cover, and let me see if I can get the live stream back going. And maybe I just need to change the capture utility here. Yeah. So. Yep. So sometimes that happens where little glitches come in. And
we have Alan back.
Alan's back. Okay, Alan, welcome back to a Faster PC Live Technical Support. How can we help you today?
Well, thank you, Brian. The question that I have involves the robocalls that you keep on getting, and I'm wondering when I get them, I block them, and the numbers drop quite a bit by doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, should I delete those phone numbers, because I don't know whether or not on my cell phone I will be getting loss of memory where I won't be able to use the internet.
Well, yeah. So I don't know that you're going to, and you'll have to look at your phone. The particular phone that you have, but I don't know that you're going to have an issue with that, with actually losing, or running out of memory or anything like that. Now, that is something that I would say you're probably not going to have a problem with. Now, I think you have an Android phone, and I'm not sure the settings on an Android phone. I have an iPhone, and with an iPhone, I can actually choose to send all calls that are not in my phone's address book directly to voicemail, so they never even ring, which it cuts out pretty much all of them. I mean, and another thing you can do, this is something that you can do whether you have an Android phone or an iPhone. You can actually you could actually get a Google Voice number, and a Google Voice number is completely free. You can go to google.com. You just need a Google account, and then you actually, with being logged into the Google account, go actually over. I'll actually go over to voice.google.com. And from voice.google.com, we can probably even do a demo of this one day. I don't want to do it with my account, but I'll do it with a fresh account, and we'll actually one of our test accounts that we have, and we'll actually go over and get a Google Voice number. You can then install Google Voice, the app, on your phone, and you give out your Google Voice number instead of your cell phone number. Now, obviously, you're already getting calls on your cell phone, but really, if you give your doctors and the people that your contacts, the people that need to talk to you, that you need to talk to, you give them your Google Voice number, then you'll be able to actually go ahead and talk to them, and they don't, you're not going to have to deal with them calling your regular cell phone number. And one of the benefits of this is they do have a feature called call screening. So if the call is in your contact list, it automatically comes up and tells you if, let's say, you were calling me, it would say Alan is calling, and it would I know your last name also. It would say your last name. And if let's say someone that isn't in my address book were calling me, it would ask them to state their name. Now, some people don't state their name, And, sometimes they don't state their name because they are a spammer and they don't want you to know who they are. And of course, in that case, I don't want to answer that call. I'll let it go to voicemail. And, if it is someone that I really need to talk to, I can actually pick up the call while they're leaving a message, or I could just let them leave the message and I could call them back. I can listen to the message while they're actually leaving the message even. And so the number that most people call me on is not my cell phone number. And that's the number that I publish. That's the number that I give out. And it does have that protection in that the person that calls is asked to give their information. And, sometimes people will say, hey, this is Bob. And I don't know who they are, and I'll just let it go to voicemail, and I'll listen to it. And you know what? A lot of times, if they're scammers, it'll just go directly to voicemail, and they aren't really telling me. Sometimes they just hang up. Sometimes they'll leave a message trying to get you to call them back. But it does really protect you, and it can slow that down. But I wouldn't worry about, the block numbers filling up. I have never heard of that being a problem. And again, maybe even look for a setting, if there is a setting on an Android, to only ring your phone if the caller is already in your address book. And that would avoid you having to block those numbers altogether. There are also some spam filters, and one of the things I have seen recently, a lot of people have spam filtering built into their phone, where when you call them, you actually have to press 2 numbers to make sure it's not a robocall and it's actually a live person. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. Hackers are constantly looking for ways to break into your computer and network to access your data and hold it hostage. Think this can't happen to you? Think again. Hackers regularly target small businesses. A Faster PC has produced a cybersecurity crisis report that goes over urgent and critical protections every small business must have in place now to protect their bank accounts, client data, confidential information, and reputation from the tsunami of cybercrime. To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at
www.fasterpc.com.
That's www.fasterpc.com. Cybersecurity problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at thefasterpc.com.
You need a Faster PC.
772-878-5978. Microsoft's end of support for Windows 10 is here. And if you continue to use Windows 10, your computer will be increasingly susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A Faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer doesn't support Windows 11. And we can even do so remotely without you needing to leave your work or home. Don't be a sitting duck for hackers. Let a Faster PC upgrade your computer today. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers,
you need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
And on the web at
www.fasterpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
www.afasterpc.com. 772-878-5978. Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, well, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772 340 1590. 772 340 1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page, or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772 340 1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do. And we are back ready to answer your computer technical streaming and cybersecurity questions. And we're going to be going over the Microsoft and Adobe Patch Tuesday updates. Happy New Year and welcome to the biggest security update of 2026 so far. I'm talking about 114 security vulnerabilities patched this month, with 3 zero-day threats that hackers are already exploiting in the wild. If you're a business owner, and you care about, let me just turn my volume down just a little bit. It might have gotten up there just a little bit. Let me just see if that's good. Hopefully that'll be a little bit better. Maybe I'll adjust my microphone as well. So, but if you're a business owner or you care about your personal computer, keeping your personal computer safe, you need to hear this. And stick around because I'm going to reveal which of these bugs is so dangerous that even Microsoft is completely removing a feature from Windows rather than trying to fix it. That's something you'll want to stay around for. That's coming up later in this video. And you know, we go over this every single month. We go over these updates. And so if you listen to this, you'll be aware and alerted of this. We are a Faster PC, and we are a managed services provider on Florida's Treasure Coast in South Florida. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about. Okay, so Ray's saying it's not the volume, and I can turn it back up. So hopefully, I think I did readjust it a little bit louder. So anyway, we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know about January 2026 Patch Tuesday. Before we dive in, let me give you the headlines. Microsoft released 114 patches this month. That's huge. Adobe dropped 25 security fixes across 11 different products. And here's what should worry you. One of the 0 days is being exploited right now in an information disclosure vulnerability that hackers are using to set up even more dangerous attacks. But here's the good news. Most of the vulnerabilities can be patched automatically if you have your system configured correctly And you know what? We'll even show you, I'll show you before the end of this segment, I'll show you actually how to install the updates for yourself for free if you don't have them set up to install automatically. So the question is, do you have your system set up for automatic updates or not? Drop a comment below and let me know. Have you already installed this month's updates, or are you waiting to see what breaks first? I want to hear this. I want to hear from you on this. So let's start with Microsoft, because that is where the action is this month. 114 total CVEs, that stands for Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures, for those new to cybersecurity talk. These affect Windows, Office, SharePoint, SQL Server, Azure, and more. 8 of these are rated as critical, meaning that they're actually the most severe. The rest are rated as important, which still means that you shouldn't ignore them. Now, why such a massive release in January? According to security researchers, vendors often hold back certain patches during the holiday season to avoid disrupting business when IT staff are out of the office. This creates this volume, this huge surge in January. Last month, Microsoft's release, or last year, Microsoft's January release was their second busiest ever. It looks like 2026 is starting strong in the same direction. But here's what really matters to you as a business owner or a home computer user. 3 of these vulnerabilities are what we call zero-day threats. So that means that hackers discovered them and started exploiting them before Microsoft could release a patch. They're already being exploited right now in the wild. Let me be clear. If you haven't patched yet, your system could be vulnerable to active attacks happening today. And if you're still running Windows 10, your computer's even more vulnerable, because last month and the month before, we had zero-day threats as well. So it's important that you actually get your computer updated to Windows 11 if you don't already have Windows 11, and that you install these updates. So let's talk about the scariest one first, the vulnerability that hackers are actively exploiting. This is one of them that hackers are actively exploiting right now. It's called CVE 2026-20805, and it's a desktop Windows Manager information disclosure vulnerability. Now, information disclosure might not sound that scary compared to something like remote code execution. But stick with me, because this is actually really clever and dangerous. What this bug does is allow an attacker to leak memory addresses from a part of Windows called ALPC. That's Advanced Local Procedure Call. Think of it like this. Imagine your computer's memory is like a giant office building with thousands of rooms. Normally, an attacker doesn't know which room contains the valuable information. This vulnerability is like handing them a building directory with exact room numbers. Why does this matter? Because once hackers know the memory addresses, they can use them in the next stage of their attack, probably to execute malicious code on your system with precision. It's like casing a building before the heist. Microsoft hasn't said how widely these attacks are, but security researchers believe they're targeted and limited in scope for now. The key word is for now. Here's what you need to do. Install this month's Windows updates immediately. This isn't one to wait on. A quick question for the comments. Do you run Windows updates automatically, or do you manually control when that happens? Do you have an automated script that actually runs to install those? We actually have an automated script where we can actually install these updates automatically on your system. And here's actually the right answer here. There's actually a right answer here, and I'll share my recommendations later in this video. Zero-day threat number 2 is CVE 2026-21265. It's a secure boot certification expiration vulnerability. This one's publicly known, and while it's unlikely to be exploited by hackers, it could cause massive headaches for IT administrators and business owners. Here's the deal. Secure Boot is a security feature that makes sure only trusted software can run when your computer starts up. It uses digital certificates to verify that trust, but certificates expire just like your driver's license or a food safety certification. This vulnerability is about those certifications expiring. If you don't update them, your system might stop receiving security updates altogether, or they might refuse to boot trusted software. Imagine showing up to work and your computer won't start because the digital certificate expired. That's a nightmare scenario here. By the way, that's the blue screen, the BitLocker blue screen that we've talked about and we have videos on here. Microsoft published information about this months ago, but it's officially patched now. The good news, it's unlikely hackers will exploit this directly. The bad news, if IT teams ignore this, businesses could find themselves unable to retrieve future security patches, which would leave them sitting ducks for every other vulnerability. If you're a business owner or even just a personal computer user, this is exactly why a managed service provider like a Faster PC matters. We monitor these types of issues and make sure certificates are updated before they become a problem. And so you shouldn't have to worry about obscure certificate expirations. That's our job. Zero-day threat number 3, the third publicly known issue, is actually a throwback to 2024, CVE 2024-55414, which affects the Windows Motorola soft modem driver. Now, before you tune out thinking, I don't have a modem, here's the catch. The driver ships by default on supported Windows operating systems. Even though it's completely depreciated, it's legacy code that no one uses anymore, but it's still sitting there on your computer creating a security hole. Rather than fix this old, outdated driver, Microsoft is doing the smart thing and just removing it completely. It's like finding a rusty lock on a door you never use. Instead of fixing the lock, just remove the door entirely. This one requires local access to exploit, so it's not as scary as the first zero-day threat, but it's still being patched for a reason. Make sure you install this month's updates to get it removed from your system. Beyond these 3 zero-day threats, there are 5 other critical vulnerabilities you should know about. First, we've got 2 Microsoft Office bugs. These are interesting because they can be exploited through the preview pane. Now, it's about a year that this has been, that preview pane preview pane vulnerabilities have actually been in the news here. That means just previewing an email attachment or a document could potentially trigger an attack. You don't even have to open it. For business owners who deal with a lot of emails and documents daily, some individuals even do, this is a real concern. My advice, disable the preview pane in Outlook if you haven't already, and definitely install these patches. There's also another update that affects, or another vulnerability that affects Windows Virtualization-Based Security, or VBS. This is a new security feature in Windows, and this bug allows attackers to escalate their privileges to the highest trust level. Security researchers notice this is the first time that we've seen a bug like this in VBS enclaves, which makes it significant. And here's the one I teased at the beginning. CVE 2026 that affects Windows deployment services. This vulnerability is so problematic that Microsoft isn't just patching it, they're removing the entire hands-free deployment feature by mid 2026. If you're a business that uses Windows deployment services for automated computer setup, you need to audit your environment now and start planning to mitigate or migrate to a different solution. And this isn't optional. Microsoft is pulling the plug. Business owners, I want to hear from you. If you're using Windows deployment services in your organization, drop a comment and let me know, because this change is going to impact a lot of companies. Now, Adobe has updates as well. So we're going to shift gear to talk about the Adobe updates. There's 11 security bulletins, 25 vulnerabilities across a bunch of products: Dreamweaver, InDesign, Illustrator, InCopy, Bridge, and the entire Substance 3D product line. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to switch over to a full screen. And when I switch over here to this full screen, let me find that real quick. Yeah, so I'm switching over to a full screen. I'm going to show you. We're going to launch the system settings real quick. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on updates, Windows updates. And if the updates are not installed, you'll probably see them. You can also check for updates. Look for this icon in the lower right-hand corner. And if you need help installing any of these, you need a faster PC, we can install them for you.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
The one thing we hate to hear after someone's hard drive dies is, "I was just about to make a backup." Just about is not good enough. At a faster PC, we can recover data from failing hard drives, but not all the time. And we can't recover your data if it's stolen or destroyed by fire, unless you have a backup. We can't recover your data if it's encrypted with ransomware unless you have a backup. A faster PC can protect your data from loss by hard drive failure, fire, theft, sabotage, and ransomware. Don't wait until it's too late.
You need a faster PC.
When your data is important,
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Fort St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
and on the web at
www.fasterpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. When you can't lose your data,
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
give us a call today at 772-878-5978. Here's your 2026 resolution survival tip. Tiny AI tweaks and reliable systems can make your workdays smoother, simpler, and a whole lot more productive. Keep files in secure shared folders that are automatically backed up so nothing gets lost, and automate small repetitive tasks that steal your team's time. But here's the truth. This doesn't work well if your IT slows you down. Want to talk about your technology? A faster PC helps businesses reduce support tickets, minimize downtime, keep employees working, not troubleshooting, and maintain a secure, stable IT environment. Give us a call today at 772-878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Or visit us on the web at
www.fasterpc.com.
radio offer. That's a fasterpc.com/radio offer. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop, we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. And we are streaming this live to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. If you've missed any part of this, you want to watch it again, head over there. The very top of the page, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. You can click on that, and that on the right-hand side of that page that it takes you to, you'll be able to actually see various ways that you can listen to and watch a Faster PC Live Technical Support. So we are at the part of the show where we're going to be covering this week's cyber threat rundown. And this happens, we go over this every week, the biggest, most critical threats that are out there. And if you're a business owner or just someone who uses a computer, you need to hear about what happened this week. We've got a major retail giant whose source code just got leaked. A sneaky new way, hackers are stealing your Facebook login that looks completely legitimate. LinkedIn is under attack with phishing schemes that are fooling even tech-savvy users. And wait until you hear what happened when hackers took over a video game in the midst of a live match. So a lot for everyone here. But before we dive in, drop a comment below telling me, have you ever fallen for a phishing scam? No judgment here. These attacks are getting so sophisticated that even experts sometimes do get fooled. We had a customer not too long ago. They're probably their most techie person that works there actually got fooled by a phishing scam. Stick around to the end because I'm going to share the most important security tip that could protect you from almost every threat we're covering today. So let's dive in. So first up, it's LinkedIn users. If you're a business, that's probably you. Even if you're just an ordinary person that has a job or is looking for a job, maybe even volunteer positions. Here's what you need to know. There's a terrifying new phishing campaign making the rounds, and it's one of the most convincing we've ever seen. Imagine you're scrolling through LinkedIn, checking out comments on your latest post, and suddenly you see an official-looking reply from LinkedIn itself saying your account has been restricted for policy violations. It's got the LinkedIn logo, the professional formatting. Everything looks legit. There's even a link using LinkedIn's own URL shortener, lnkd.in, which makes it look super official. But here's the kicker. It's completely fake. Hackers have created bot accounts with names like LinkedVery that impersonate LinkedIn's official moderation system. These bots are flooding comment sections with warnings about policy violations and temporary account restrictions. The messages use AI to mimic LinkedIn's communication style perfectly, and they're being posted by the thousands. If you click on that link, you're taken to a phishing page that looks exactly like LinkedIn's login page. Enter your credentials there, and congratulations, hackers now have full access to your professional network, your content, your contacts, and potentially your company information. What makes this particularly dangerous is the use of LinkedIn's legitimate infrastructure. Some of these phishing links even use LinkedIn's official URL shortener, making them almost impossible to distinguish from real LinkedIn communications at a glance. The golden rule here: LinkedIn never notifies you about account issues through public comments on your post. Never. If you see these warnings, report them and move on. Always go directly to LinkedIn by typing the URL yourself or using your bookmarked link. Have you seen these fake LinkedIn warnings? Drop a yes in the comment section below if you've seen these show up in your feed. Now let's talk about something that should terrify every business owner out there, and it involves one of America's biggest retailers, Target Corporation. The massive retail chain we all know just had approximately 860 gigabytes of their internal source code stolen and leaked online. We're not talking about customer credit card data this time. We're talking about the actual blueprint of how Target systems work. Multiple current and former Target employees confirmed the leaked code is authentic. It includes internal system references, development documentation, and the actual code behind Target's infrastructure. Think of it like someone stealing the architectural plans and security system details of your house, except the house is a multi-billion-dollar retail enterprise. How did it happen? Security researchers traced the breach to an employee's computer that was infected with InfoStealer malware back in September 2025. This workstation had access to critical internal services, and the hackers were patient. They sat on this data for months before trying to sell it. The day after being contacted about the breach, Target implemented what they called an accelerated lockdown of their Git server, requiring VPN access. But here's the scary question: why wasn't this protection in place from the beginning? For business owners watching this, here's the lesson: your source code and internal systems are just as valuable as your customer data. One compromised employee workstation with inadequate security can give attackers the key to your entire kingdom. And this is where managed service providers like a Faster PC can come in. We can implement proper endpoint protection, monitor for InfoStealer malware, and ensure your critical systems aren't accessible from the public internet. So here's a quick question for the comment section. Do you know if your business systems are properly secured? If so, how do you know? And in fact, one thing that we can do at a Faster PC is we can provide a third-party audit to make sure that they are secure. More about that later. All right, moving from LinkedIn to Facebook. This one is absolutely diabolical. Hackers have been using a technique called browser in a box, or BitB, attacks to steal Facebook credentials, and researchers say this attack surged in the second half of 2025. Here's how insanely clever this is. You receive an email, maybe claiming to be from a law firm about a copyright violation on Facebook, or a warning about an unauthorized login attempt. You click the link, and up pops what looks like a perfectly legitimate Facebook login window. The address bar shows facebook.com. Check. That's the padlock, little padlock showing it's secure. Check. It looks like exactly like the Facebook login, except you've seen thousands of times. So you type in your username and password, except that entire login window is fake. It's not a real browser window at all. It's a carefully crafted HTML element designed to look exactly like one. The hackers have hard-coded the Facebook URL into a fake interface that looks entirely like a legitimate web page. What makes this even more devious is that the attackers are hosting these phishing pages on trusted platforms like Netlify and Vercel. Security systems trust these platforms, so the phishing attempts slip right through traditional defenses. The email used panic-induced messages. Your account will be suspended. There's been unauthorized access. You violated community standards. They're designed to make you act quickly without thinking. So how did you spot these? Here's a pro tip. Try to drag that link window around your screen. A real browser window can't be moved. A browser in a box fake window, it's stuck in place because it's just part of the web page. Also, if your password manager doesn't autofill, which it won't on a fake page, that's a huge red flag. The absolute best protection, two-factor authentication. Even if hackers steal your password through these attacks, they still can't access your account without the two-factor authentication. Now for something completely different and honestly kind of wild. Let's talk about what happened in the real world of gaming. Hackers managed to hijack characters in Apex Legends, a popular online battle royale game, in the middle of live matches. Yes, you heard that right. Players were actively playing their game when suddenly their characters started acting on their own. According to reports, hackers took control of characters during competitive matches, moved them around using abilities, and basically played for the actual players. Imagine you're in an intense firefight and suddenly you lose control of your character. So, even if you're not a gamer, hey, this is still scary what happened. This demonstrates something called remote code execution, and you want to actually protect against this. So we're going to rapid fire through a few of the other threats that are out there right now. First, CISA, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, ordered federal agents to immediately patch a critical flaw in GOGS, a self-hosted Git server. Fortinet FortiSIEM has a critical command injection vulnerability and exploit code that is publicly available, maximum severity rating. Hackers are exploiting it right now in the wild. Cisco finally fixed their Async OS 0-day that has been exploited since November. And one of the things that you actually need to see, Palo Alto Network warning about a denial of service bug. Now, these really what we're dealing with a lot of threats out there. And really, we didn't even have time to go over every threat that is out there. But if you're out there and you're thinking, hey, you know what, this is too much for me to go over, I don't really comprehend this, I just want to actually run my system. Well, here's the thing. You need a faster PC. We do offer cybersecurity protection for businesses, medical offices, dental offices, accounting offices, lawyers' offices. We offer this for home offices and even for personal computers. Give us a call at 772-878-5978 or visit our website at fasterpc.com. We have a free cybersecurity report, and you can schedule a sit down with me where we can go over and talk about how a faster PC can protect you and your computers. We're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, want to listen to or watch it again, or want to be an influencer and share it with your friends, head over to our website at fasterpc.com. In the very top of the page, right in the middle, you'll see a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can schedule a Faster PC technician for remote, in-shop, or on-site support. On the right-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can listen to or watch a Faster PC live technical support, including our live streams on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, where you'll not only be able to hear the show, but also see it as well. We also have links to our YouTube videos page, where you can watch segments of our show, and our YouTube Shorts page, where you can watch little snippets of a Faster PC live technical support. And we have a link where you can actually submit questions and topics for us to cover in a future show or video, including what you may want to watch without cable TV. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning here on WPSL at 10 a.m. You can hear other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, and our church's YouTube channel, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open 9 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to 2. If you have computer technical, streaming, or cybersecurity problems,
You need a faster PC.
visit
www.fasterpc.com.
that's fasterpc.com, or call a Faster PC today at 772-878-5978. And remember, when you have or want to prevent computer, technical, streaming, or cybersecurity problems,
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Isn't it about time that we protect every human being, including the preborn? Go to personhoodflorida.com today and sign the Sanctuaries for Life petition to encourage local, state, and federal officials to protect every innocent human life. Again, that's personhoodflorida.com.
WPSL Port St. Lucie.
Pressure. I'm Paul Stevens.